Okay, guys, we're live. How are you? We had a few technical things happening there, getting us on here, but we got on anyway. We're on here live. Happy days. We're on Facebook, so great to be with you this evening, guys. We're doing our live streams at 9 p.m. They're scheduled. We're coming here every day, Monday to Friday, Monday to Thursday at 9 p.m. and we're doing an interview with somebody amazing in their field that's going to really help you in some area of having a success mindset. So yeah, we had a great interview last Friday. If you haven't seen that, look on my page, you'll see that. And yeah, let's get into what we're talking about tonight. Hope you had a great day in Ireland, UK here. It's been really sunny. We've been having lots of sun and getting through this situation, this challenging you know, it's just a situation and we're going through at the minute, guys. So look, in terms of what we're talking about tonight, it's kind of like really relevant in what we're talking about, because there's this law called the law of relativity. So I've been doing universal laws recently. Hi, Andrea, I see a few people tuning in there. Great to have you live. If you're on here live, hit put in the number 1. If you're on the replay, hit number 2 in the comments, guys. Good to have you commenting and getting to know each other and participating. So we've been talking about universal laws, and the universal laws are omnipresent. They're part of life. They are what makes up the universe. I'm going to be talking about these, a number of them while we're on here, and then I'm going to go on to other topics that's really going to help you with having a success mindset, or creating a success mindset and living your best possible potential with your mind, because your mind creates all of your results. That's an absolute scientific quantified fact now, guys, right? So the more you learn about the mind, the more you train your mind, the more you can literally start to implement having a better and better life. Because, guys, there's so much science, there's so many so much literature, but science especially now, that has shown us that our mind creates our results, and these universal laws are part of that. I'm going to be running, by the way, if you're interested, I'm going to be running, I have a mentorship program. As you see here, some of my clients are on here tonight. Actually, I have a mentorship program that I run over a 6-month minimum period, but I'm actually going to run a little course called The Science of Getting Rich, studying the book of The Science of Getting Rich, a really amazing book that was wrote back in 1910 and around then, and it's a really powerful book. So I'll be letting you know about that. So if you want to have a chat with me, reach out to me. I'm going to be having calls with people to take them through some stuff and help them with certain things. So reach out to me. Okay, let's get talking about the law of relativity. So guys, everything in life is relative, right? So that's really what we're talking about here, that there's an amazing man called Einstein that actually came up with, which is different. Some people confuse this. He came up with the relativity concept, which is to do with quantum physics, but I'm talking about the law of relativity, like the law of gravity, the law of relativity, the law of cause and effect, these universal laws. So relativity means that everything is relative, right? So here we have the law of relativity, right? We've got the law of relativity. So guys, is this line long? I know, just have a bit of fun here, guys, where you guys are on here live. Just have a bit of fun with me, because there's no right or wrong answer here. You'll see in a second. But is this line long? Just put in the comments for a bit of fun. Is that line long? And while you're doing that, because it doesn't really matter what the answer is, guys, that line is relative to what you're comparing it to, right? So that's what life is, guys. What are we comparing it to? So is this line long? Well, it's long if you compare it to this one, because I just drew a smaller, shorter line. So this line is long relative to that one that I just drew. So that's really what I was getting at there. So basically, guys, life is what you are perceiving through your mind. That's really what it is. And I'm going to use many different examples here. So is this room, like, is this room I'm in big? Is this room I'm in big? You can see me in this room, right? You can see me in this room. Is this room big? Well, it's relative, you know, compared to what? So the thing is, it's only big if I compare it to, say, this iPad, right? So this iPad, this room is, yes, it's kind of big, right? But it's not big if you compare it to, say, the Aviva Stadium in Ireland. This room isn't big compared to the Aviva Stadium in Ireland. So everything is relative. And that goes in many different examples. So, and this is, guys, there's a reason for me telling you all this. This is why the law of relativity has so much power in all these laws and understanding the mind. You'll see here, just even in this one law, how powerful it is and how you see your life through your mind. So, is £1 million a lot of money? Or even, let's just start off, is £100,000 a lot of money, right? Guess what? It depends on every single person watching this and their current circumstances. Is £100,000 a lot of money? That's all relative to the person. It's all compared to their situation. So some people watching this, guys, and this is a fact, some people watching this might think £100,000 is not a lot of money. God, that's not a lot of money, because they have a different perception through their mind. They're conditioned, and this is really important, guys. They're conditioned mindset, their conditioned thought processes. The guys that are in my mentorship know why a lot of this stuff. They know why we're working on changing our mindset, because as we change our mindset, we change our reality, because we only can attract into our reality how we are perceiving the world. We are literally this human being that is perceiving our reality. We're creating our reality all of the time, and we have infinite potential. We have infinite potential. Quantum physics has shown us that we have infinite potential to draw into our life, but we're only seeing life through our lens of how we currently look at the world, right? So again, using this example of money, because it's easily measured and it's a good example. So leading on from the examples I just said, so we're using the money example. So 100 grand, to some people watching this, they might think, God, that's not a lot of money. And some people might go, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Now, the thing is, guys, and it's the same with a millionaire, you know, $1 million. Is $1 million a lot of money? Depends who you're asking. It depends on their view of the world. Is £1 billion a lot of money? Again, it depends on the person, because I can tell you for an absolute fact, and this is why this has been proven, guys. This has been proven. Your mindset creates your life, your thoughts, your mind, your conditioned thoughts. It's why I'm coming on here to share this information, to waken people up to the power of their mind. That's why my clients work with me on my mentorship on an ongoing basis, because they know they've got to really work on a continuous basis to change their mindset, because they have a certain mindset from the people have been around, the past they've had, etc., and they need to start to work to change it, to change their reality. But like a billionaire, if you asked a billionaire, is £1 million a lot of money? He'd be like, no way, no chance. Like, that's nothing. Like, because he's a billionaire or she's a billionaire, they are looking at the world through a completely different perception of relative to them, relativity. So the reason somebody is a multi-billionaire is because they see $1 billion as a normal amount of money. That's normal to them, right? And guys, this is so prevalent in everybody's life, and right across the world. There's people that are born into poverty. There's people that are born into poverty, right? And this is fact, because there's a lot of people, you know, population in the world that actually are born into poverty and stay in poverty, and there's a lot of people in the world in poverty. But the thing is, there's people that are born into poverty, and they get around someone who has like a mentor that has a really amazing mindset, and they model them, and they're around them, and they get trained and mentored, and they get conditioned by, say, a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, or a billionaire. And there's many examples of this. Will Smith, if you know, or not Will Smith himself, but I know a guy who actually I've met him personally, who actually came from Zimbabwe, who had nothing and got around Will Smith, and basically just by pure chance, it was something that happened to get around Will Smith. He got mentored by him. I met this guy, I know him, I've got to know him, and he's now a multi-millionaire, and he comes from Zimbabwe. I know this guy personally, and this is because he got around a person with and got mentored by Will Smith. So I'll maybe get him actually on to do an interview sometime. This is a true story, guys. That's actually give me an idea for somebody to interview, and you will hear his story. That's actually somebody who I will interview on my Friday live streams. This guy can prove to you, he tells you his story. That's actually brilliant that that came up in my mind there, because that's an idea. I'm thinking of people I can interview. And by the way, guys, when I'm on here and I'm thinking about or talking about that, anybody you want me to interview, put into the comments, give me ideas of amazing inspirational stories and people that you think I should interview, that you know, like this guy. You'll love his story, how he came from literally Zimbabwe in poverty, and he literally changed his relative thinking, his mindset, the law of relativity. He got around a mentor, and he actually like I mentor my clients, he got around Will Smith and just so happened got mentored by him, and now he's a multi-millionaire living. And he was living in the States for a while. Now he's back living in Africa, doing lots of great work over there. So guys, it's all relative to your thinking, because if someone, you know, somebody's thinking, right? Say, for example, you say to someone who's in poverty and not doing that well, about is £100,000 a lot of money? They're most likely going to say that's a lot of money. You know, it's a big deal, right? But you can only attract to you what you feel is you're worthy of, right? That you're worthy of. This is how law of attraction works. It's law of vibration. What you feel you're worthy of is your vibration at an unconscious level, and you can only attract what you totally feel you're worthy of. So unless you change your conditioned thinking and the law of relativity, what's relative to you, what's normal to you, if you think £1 billion, or like, let's just use 100,000. If you think 100,000 is a lot of money, you're not going to attract that, because you're like, oh my God, I'm not worthy of that. That's a lot of money. Whereas a billionaire would be like, that's like pocket change to them. But guys, this is just me giving you how this is. You can look at a billionaire and you could be thinking all negative things about you. Give negative energy to what you give negative energy to, you're just attracting the same negative back to you. So if you're giving negative, like, you know, they're terrible because they have this, then you're getting the same back. The universe gives to you what you you know, in terms of like energy, what you give out. If you're giving out negative energy, it gives negative back. If you give out positive energy, if you're like, I am worthy of this, because £1 million isn't a lot of money, because my mindset is like literally we're up here in terms of vibration, that's not a lot of money. So you see what I'm getting at, guys? The law of relativity is so important, because everything is just relative. Like, what is normal? Like, normal is what you decide's normal. That's the thing. What you decide's normal is what's normal. There's no such thing as normal. It's what's normal for you. Just think at the minute, guys, how crazy life is. It's now normal to wear a face mask round, like, just imagine before this, like before this whole COVID-19 thing, and people, like, somebody came into a shop and they were wearing a face mask and gloves. People are like, oh my God, look at, they're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like totally what would happen, because people would be like, that's not normal. But now it's normal, because the whole perception of what's going on has changed. But guys, look how quick that would change. But it's obviously a global thing, which obviously is a global, you know, change will help, you know, help to change because of the whole fear thing. But if you have to change something about yourself, it takes longer, because you have to work at it. This was kind of forced on everyone, so it was able to, you know, people changed it, and now it's normal to see someone with a face mask walking around all the time and gloves. But that's just how things are currently with this situation. So guys, what is normal? That's the thing. You'd have to decide what's normal. A billionaire having a lot of money is normal for him, and someone that's not got a lot of money, it's normal for them, because that's what they think is normal. But if they change their thinking, because everything is vibration, you will attract into your life what you believe at an unconscious level, guys. This is the stuff I'm saying here all the time on here, because this is how it is. And when you change your conditioned blueprint of how you see yourself, because everything is energy, you attract what you believe at an unconscious level. So if you change your thinking from, I have, you know, £100,000 a lot of money. If you're like changing that to go, no, that £1 million just normal to me, that's normal. And but you has to be unconscious. It can't just be a fleeting thought. You like just thinking it, yes. It has to be an unconscious, conditioned belief system. Like it's natural, it's automatic. You walk and talk. That's how you show up every day. That's when you start to attract it. That's why I work with my clients to get them to that place where they are walking, talking, breathing as if whatever they want to create in their life, that's how they're showing up every day. It takes time. It takes a bit of conditioning. That's why you want to show up here each day, guys, to listen to this stuff, because it does take time. It takes a bit of repetition and effort, because like at the minute, with everyone wearing masks, all of a sudden, that was like, you know what I mean? It was like anything. There's only two ways you can change, just to finish off here: through repetition, through the right environment, with people being around you, like a mentorship group, for example, what we have, and you do it through repetition, or it's a massive impact of a thing, like what's happened recently, like the Twin Towers. Whenever the Twin Towers hit, it was such a global thing, and it shocked people's paradigm, and they changed subconsciously. Just like this situation, everyone has been into this big massive pandemic and fear, and then all of a sudden they change. But that doesn't happen normally. To change your life individually, it never happens like that. It's next to no it's pretty much next to never happens like that. In terms of you changing your life in general, of how you want to change, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes repetition to work on yourself to do that. So that's why you want to keep showing up here, guys. You want to keep, at least if you're new to this, showing up to these live streams. If you want to talk to me further, obviously reach out to me and we'll have a more in-depth chat about it. But like, at least show up to these live streams on a continuous basis. I'm showing up every day, guys, for you at 9 p.m. to do these quick live streams. I think this one's went on a wee bit longer than 10 minutes, but usually it's 10 minutes. So I just wanted to give you all the stuff that was coming into my mind there to share with you on this here. But we'll finish off on that there with loads of stuff to share each day we're on here. So I'll be here tomorrow and Thursday, or tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday at 9 p.m. And then we'll do an interview. Actually, I might try and get my friend on this Friday, but I've got another person lined up. And if you know anybody, guys, give me a shout of ideas of people you want me to interview, because I'm going to be interviewing someone every Friday, somebody inspirational who's got a story or something. Like, for example, recently we were sharing a lot about the immune system, nutrition, because of this current situation at the minute. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. Have an awesome evening, and remember, what's your normal, guys? Just think about that, just to finish off. What normal are you creating? Are you creating a normal where, you know, you're living your best possible life? Are you creating a normal? Because everything's available, good, bad. You know, it's up to you. What are you going to create in your life? What are you going to look for? Like, you know, in every situation, everything's relative. This situation at the minute, you can look for what's good or bad because it's relative. So with that, guys, just let me know. What's your normal? Well, what are you going to create? Are you going to create where, you know, £1 million, like, you know, that's my normal? Like, are you going to start to create that so you can live a more abundant life in that way? And are you going to create, you know, I'm only using money as one example, guys. What about health being your normal? Health, having an amazing immune system, is your normal. That's so vibrant and healthy. That's my normal. And whatever your mind believes, it creates, right? Immune system, health, relationships. What is your normal? Business, you know, there's so many areas you can look at. So have a think about that, guys, and we'll talk soon. And yeah, thanks for all your comments. See Sharon, thanks. Caroline, shared it. Really appreciate that, guys. By the way, share this if you could. It would help to get this out to more people, to help more people to awaken to the power of their mind so they can start to go to work in this stuff. So thanks for that, Caroline, Sharon. We've got Andrea, and who else was on? I'll just give a shout out to anyone before I go here. Okay, guys, have an awesome evening. With Claire, good to see Claire. Thanks, guys, for all your comments, and I'll speak to you soon. Much love. See you tomorrow evening, 9 p.m. And yeah, put in 1 if you're on live, put in 2 if you're on replay, and we'll talk to you tomorrow evening, 9 p.m.